Hey everyone, this is Mystic Veteran, coming to you with a bi-weekly reading, which means I'm going to read the first half of this month of May, and then towards the end of May, or I should say in the middle, I'll be reading the second half of May. So I pulled 3 cards from my Fantasy Cats Oracle deck by Paolo Barberi. And then I pulled some cards down here for fun from my Rebel Deck Oracle game. And we'll start with those first. It says, did someone say snacks? But first, blank has to happen. So you got 3 answers to choose from. 1, 2, and 3. I'll give you a minute to pick those answers, and then I'll reveal each one. Well, it's excuses, my son's playing games downstairs, so if you hear him, that's him. All right, the first one, if you picked the first one, it says, knowing I always make it through tough times. Okay. Did someone say snacks? But first, knowing I always make it through tough times has to happen. All right, I guess kind of like a self-affirmation. And if you picked the second one, sending positive vibes out into the universe. So I guess do that before you have snacks. It's the second one. And if you pick the third one, peanut butter cups. Well, I'm guessing that would be the snack. It says, did someone say snacks? But first, excuse me, peanut butter cups has to happen. Okay, so I guess eat peanut butter cups before you have your other snacks. So, those aside. And on to the main cards. All right, so I'm not going to read. I already kind of read the definitions ahead of time, but really, I don't need the booklet for this. They're pretty self-explanatory. So for this week, let's see, 2, 3, May 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, I guess 4th through the 9th. This week is running. You see a little kitty, and that kind of like one of those, what do you call it? It looks like a hamster wheel, and it's like a steampunk kind of hamster wheel for the cat. They actually do have these, except it doesn't have all this. It's just a wheel that, it's, excuse me, big enough for the cat to run in, like, in place. You can get them for your house. You put them inside your house, and it stays in place as a cat, kind of like, it's like a hamster wheel, but for kitties. So this week, if the weather's nice enough, and because they are opening, thinking tomorrow here in Washington State, they're starting to open up all of the national and state parks again. Of course, they're not going to open up any camping or the beaches yet because they have a plan in place. So, if you get a chance, go outside and run if you can. If you can't run, go for a brisk walk. Of course, this kitten's running in place, but if you can't go outside, you can do what this picture's doing and stay inside and do, like, run in place. That's another thing. Exercise at your house if you're not allowed to go outside wherever you are in the world. You can always it's free, obviously, because gyms are closed, so maybe turn on YouTube, find some workout videos, maybe read a book, like a yoga book. I used to have a yoga book when I didn't have TV, when I was deployed, so I would do the yoga exercises. We have so much stuff that you could stream. Like, there's bound to be free fitness videos all over the internet. So this week, if you get a chance, either go outside and exercise or stay inside and exercise. But exercise nonetheless. You should be doing that regardless, because we're on lockdown and it's very difficult to get out in certain places without being told, go back home or, hurry back home or whatever. Here, it's not a big deal. A lot of people just go walk around the block or walk around the neighborhood, go down the street, which is a pretty long street, and back again. As long as it's close to home. Heck, if you find a local trail, even better, do that. Just be careful, because when they do reopen, this Monday, they're saying that we still have to take the precautions as in wearing masks, having hand sanitizer, or something to wash your hands while you're there. At least bring hand sanitizer if you have a chance. If you don't, then just make sure there's soap and water. Usually most parks have a bathroom where you can wash your hands, so it's not a big deal. Or just wait till you get home. But they're saying try to avoid people if it gets crowded. Always call ahead of time and see if the place you're going to is open. And if it is open, there should be people there that can tell you if it's crowded or not, because they're saying they're going to start keeping parking to a minimum so it doesn't get overcrowded. So yeah, that's for this week. On to the next one. It is feeling. So next week is going to be all about our emotions. As you can see, this is kind of a dark card. A lot of people right now are feeling depressed, claustrophobic. They're feeling sad because they're not allowed to go to places they want to go to. It feels like it's just kind of, see, it's coming out of the heart center. All this, they feel entangled, stuck in place. Here's the black cat on her shoulder to reassure her that everything's going to be okay. We're all kind of in a dark place right now, but next week, if it comes to that where it's emotional week because our lockdown just got moved to the end of May, that may be true for a lot of people. So we're starting to feel like kind of, closed off from everything, nature, people, everything. So next week, learn to just kind of let the emotions flow. Like, don't hold them back. Don't repress them. Don't, try to like channel them into something like artistic, creative, whatever. If you have to box, your feelings, like work out, like the first card saying, like get out, exercise. Next week, if you're feeling emotional, try to do some exercise that may help. Some people are on meds, so please take your meds if you do take meds. Try to get some fresh air if you can. You may not be able to go far, but at least getting outside helps a little bit, even if it's on your balcony. Talk to other people if you have to through social media. Just talking to people. See, you want to release this. See how it's coming out of our heart center. You want to release these emotions. Like let them go. Talk about them. Feel them. And process them. Don't like hold back. Don't like sit there and like hold everything back in. Like get online, start talking to people, or start getting creative with something. Like sit down and do some art. Whatever it does you do when you start feeling like this, but don't hold it back, because that's going to cause physical problems. You start getting headaches, you start getting stomach cramps, heart issues, that stuff. If you hold your emotions back, it starts to manifest physically. See, like how all these branches are coming out? That stuff will manifest, and emotion can make us sick, physically sick. So you don't want that. So next week, if you're feeling down, try to do something constructive if you can, like spring clean, do something creative, talk to people on the internet, social media, call your friends, family, go outside for a breather. Don't let it all fester inside. Don't stay inside and just let everything build up, because that's bad. So, third week of May, we have sleeping. So by week 3 of May, a lot of us are going to be tired. We're going to be emotionally tired, probably physically tired, maybe even spiritually tired. See this kitty sleeping on this guy's horns. Cats always get plenty of cat naps. He's just going to looking at him like, okay. And you notice he's kind of one with nature, including the cat. So nature does play an important role in keeping us sane, I guess. Nature is good for our emotions. It's good for us physically. It's also good for us spiritually. So it's third week. You may be tired emotionally, physically, spiritually. Take naps if you can. A lot of people have been losing sleep because of this quarantine lockdown. Sleeping is good because it helps our mind and body recharge. and gives us energy for what we need to do the following day. So if we're losing sleep, we're losing energy, we're losing our minds, basically. Notice he's on top of his head. The head has to do with the mind. So yeah, definitely sleep to recharge your brain, not just your body. And a lot of people are working at home. They're working crazy hours. So sleep is a necessity. It's not an option, it's a necessity. So if you have to, you can't sleep throughout the night, maybe try to take cat naps like this kitty's doing. My kitty's doing over here. She's taking a kitty nap. Take naps throughout the day, 30-minute naps, 1-hour naps, 20-minute naps, however long you can. So you can like keep up your energy throughout the day, especially if you're working from home. If you're not working from home and you're doing other stuff, like maybe you're working outside or doing something that requires you to, use your head a lot, or takes a toll on you emotionally, whatever it is, everybody needs sleep, no matter what they're doing. So 3rd week of May, after dealing with everything, the first half of May, we may be exhausted. So yes, sleep is definitely something we should be doing every day if we can. But 3rd week, we may really need it. So that's all for this reading, your bi-weekly reading of May 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If this kind of, I know this is kind of like predicting what's going to happen, but this is the first week, and this is just advice. So if you agree with this, if this kind of resonates with you, more power to you. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead. Please like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, whatever, so people get to see this reading. And stay safe, stay home, and try to stay sane. Talk to you later.